This essay example, as well as thousands of others, is available in text format on our website for free and without registration. Simply Google Ivy Panda Free Essays.
The action observation model shows that individuals can develop their leadership with the help of experiencing three processes: action, observation, and reflection. According to Hughes, Ginnett, and Curphy, a young person can learn new skills on a construction site along with an experienced building crew. Following this logic, a person can develop leadership skills when placed in an environment requiring him or her to instantly show leadership qualities for fulfilling a specific objective. The action observation model aligns with the spiral of experience. Within the spiral, experience represents not only what happens to a person but also how that person perceives those events. Perception affects all three phases of the model: action, observation, and reflection, and can influence any sense of an individual. If you apply a personal experience to the discussion about the action observation model and the spiral of experience, one particular life event comes to mind. Last year, I participated in a charity event. I was appointed to assign activities and processes to other participants to make sure that each individual had his or her responsibility to fulfill. Responsibilities included setting up donation booths, giving away flyers, keeping track of upcoming meetings, engaging other volunteers, and much more. Because assignments were not designed to take an equal amount of time and effort from volunteers, I met a lot of resistance from some individuals who did not want to fulfill their obligations to a full extent. Moreover, some volunteers refused to participate because their responsibilities were not as easy as they would have liked. In the beginning, I tried to persuade some volunteers to agree with their assignments since they were helping to spread awareness of a good cause. However, as arguments started occurring, I decided that the best thing was to take on the responsibility for complicated assignments on myself and ask for some assistance from those willing to help. Since it was a charity event and no one was paid for fulfilling their tasks, it felt wrong for me to insist on volunteers doing jobs they did not want to do. This experience taught me about the importance of negotiation when it comes to being a leader. However, there were some pitfalls on my way, on which I would like to reflect. By observing the responses of other people to my actions, I discovered an interesting phenomenon. When there is no kind of authority assigned to a supposed leader, the likelihood that others will follow orders becomes lower than usual. For instance, if the event was not done for charity and participants were paid for their contribution, it would be more likely for all volunteers to obey the given instructions. On the other hand, I agree with the fact that it was ineffective to take on the hardest responsibilities myself, where there was a large group of people to whom I could delegate those assignments. In retrospect, I would like to have resorted to a more strict attitude and made an agreement with those volunteers who refused to fulfill the assigned responsibilities. For instance, they could be given an opportunity to find a volunteer who would agree with the more complex assignment or trade responsibilities so that there would be no need for me to do the hard work by myself. If you want to find more works like this essay on the action observation model, leadership discussion, head over to ivypanda.com. It has a collection of free samples with thousands of submissions covering virtually all academic subjects. No registration required to access it.